Hi everybody, so this video is going to be a little bit different from any other videos that I have created, I will be creating. I have decided to share my own spiritual practice that I implement. And what kind of practice do you do, right? So is it a meditation, is it a visualization, is it a gratitude journal, is it a workout, is it a yoga, is it a Tai Chi, Qigong? All of those practices are relevant and there's a pros and cons and everything. But what I found is that the way in which I practice actually is none of them. So over the years, I have found different things effectively and some of the stuff not being so effective. And I tend to like to have some structure to follow. And when I started to do the practices this way, different experiences started to show up. I started to feel differently. I started to feel more connected, and I started to feel more certain. And I found the most effective for me. So I want to share this with you, and then you can kind of play around with it. And then the interesting thing is that once you start creating this regimen, you will find yourself doing everything almost every day. But still, it's good to have the structure. So what I usually do is I have different focus of the practice every single day, from Monday to Saturday. Sunday is sort of like a day to review the whole thing and then to sort of set an intention for the following week, right? And then you can choose however you want to do. And it's very interesting because in Japanese character, from Monday through Sunday, each day there's a symbolic meaning. Yeah. So based on that meaning, I wanted to create some practices to tune in, to go deeper with everything that I'm doing. So on Monday, I set an intention of becoming one with Creator. And it's very interesting, right? Because the very first video that I created when I launched this YouTube on February 1st, 2024, I talk about the loss of contact with the whole. So when we come on our plane, we go through this individualization and you start losing the sense of wholeness. You start losing the sense of connection to the entire universe. As a result, we start seeing universe as something outside. I am right here and you are right there. And when we have this spiritual practice, spiritual awareness, we sort of want to feel that unity of all, right? But then because we have so accustomed to live life using our five senses, and one of the strongest sense is vision. And when you see, what you see is the physical world. So everything looks separate, right? So, but then if you go beyond the five senses, you can tap into the state of feeling. And then when you go there, you can experience the oneness. So connecting, becoming one with the Creator. And the Creator is the term that I choose to use often. Some people might call God, some people call infinite being, some people call source, people call infinite intelligence. The power that's running this entire cosmos, the living organism, is the Creator. And we are part of it. So that Creator is living within us, through us, to express through our individualization. Many people tend to forget about it. Many people want to have that connection, but the mind is programmed to think from a separateness, as if we want to reconnect, right? So it's interesting because becoming one with the Creator technically still indicates separation, because if you're saying with the Creator, you're telling yourself that I am separate from it. That's why with the Creator, right? So that's just a usage of the language. And then once you start practicing it, you become one, right? You become the Creator. So as you continue to practice becoming one with the Creator, you become the one. So that is the Monday practice. Now Tuesday, what kind of practice do I do? I practice think from the end result. I practice think from the end. So what I mean by that is that when we practice conscious manifestation, because the thoughts that we entertain is the seed of the formation in the physical world. So I don't tend to entertain what's happening right now in the physical visible world, but I go to the end result. So the human mind has this powerful thing called imagination. And you can direct your imagination to align with your desire, what is it that you want, or align with what you don't want, that often causes people worry and doubt, right? So when I'm working with some project, or when I doing something, different relationship, different work related stuff, different health related stuff in life, there is a place where I'm going, right? Now, where I'm going often is called future, right? But future is just a concept in the mind. So I bring that future concept, the desired outcome, in my mind, and I think from the end. Not think of it the end, but I think from the end, and look at the existing situation from the end in mind. Yeah. Now, Wednesday, the practice of Wednesday is I observe my inner speech. Now, it's not that I'm not doing that observation of the inner speech on other days, just like emphasizing, right? So Wednesday is the day to begin observing my internal dialogue, and then begin catching the moment I'm at the intersection, which is all the time. And I'm observing what am I telling myself all the time, because words are powerful, right? So whatever the words that I'm telling myself, or I'm talking to myself, the internal dialogue about something that I'm seeing outside, I want to make sure that it's uplifting, empowering, and it gives me a sense of expansion. So if the words that I telling myself doesn't give me a sense of expansion, I pause a little bit and shift out of that and begin choosing words that gives me a sense of expansion. So Wednesday is observing the inner speech. Now Thursday is an interesting one. It's kind of related to Tuesday, think from the end, but looking at from a different angle. I practice seeing the 3D external world as an effect. So what I mean by that is that the environment that I am surrounded by, I am engaging the 3D world, is an after effect of my past thinking. So if the conscious manifestation thing is working all the time, and the seed of the outside is the inside thinking, then what's happening, what I'm coming across in the outside right now, must be the past of my inside, historical document of my past thinking, right? But we forget about it, right? We just gonna start engaging in the outside without having that idea. But I just set a small intention that, okay, the outside world that I am engaging today comes from my past inside energy. And why this is important, then I'm constantly in the creation mode. I'm not waiting for the outside to do something for me, but right now I'm experiencing and living the life, and then I'm enjoying different part of it, and I'm my energy, the circulation, the manifestation energy is on, and I'm on it. The next one, the next one, the next one, to unfold and manifest it. So when we begin practicing looking at the outside physical 3D world as an effect, you can continue to stay in the cause of creation based on the desire. Just a reminder and awareness. Now, Friday, I focus on inspiration, right? What is your inspiration? What inspires you? It could be some music, it could be some rhythm, it could be some entertainment, it could be somebody, right? And then I make sure that the action is coming from the inspired place, not draining place, or not wanting to do something, right? So again, it's not that I don't take inspired action on other days, but Friday I tend to focus on creating some inspired action. Now Saturday is Saturday is about believing that it's done, but this is actually what I mean by that is to convince the subconscious mind. So convincing the subconscious mind, I found, is the most important practices that we could be doing for spirituality and manifestation. So if you're interested in learning a little bit deeper about that, I have created different videos titled Subconscious Convictions. I want you to look for that and you can learn a little bit more about it. But thinking from the end is related to that, but then begin feeling that it's already done. So there's two layers in belief: believing that it's possible, the first layer, and then believing that it's done, right? So what do I mean by believing that it's done, right? So your body cannot tell the difference between what's real in the 3D world and what you're imagining, right? So let's say if you have something that you want to manifest, right, whatever that is, and you don't see in the 3D physical world, but you can actually imagine whatever you want to imagine. That's the superpower that we all got as a human being, right? So you begin imagining that desired outcome, and then you emotionalize that and let the entire body feel as if you are already there, that is happening. Now, when you believe and when you see that image of you being in that desired outcome, and when you live there all the time without letting that lack of the external 3D consequence to get in the way, you start believing that it's already done by forgetting that it's not here just yet in the 3D, because you're living in that imagination and feeling so much that you forget that it hasn't yet arrived yet. When that sensation happens, that when you forget that it hasn't yet happened yet, then you are convincing the subconscious mind, and then you have succeeded that you believe that it's done. Yeah. And then Sunday I kind of review the whole thing, and then I set an intention for the whole week. So just to sum up my practice, I have 6 different practices. On Monday, I become one with the creator. Tuesday, I think from the end. Wednesday, I observe my inner speech. Thursday, I look at the external 3D world as an effect, so I can constantly be the cause of it. Friday, I focus on taking inspired action. And Saturday, I believe that it's done by convincing the subconscious mind. I want you to try and let me know which practices you like the most, and comment if you have any question. Share this video to anybody who needs to deepen the spiritual awareness. And I look forward to hearing your practice, and feel free to comment. And I hope this is helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.